Hey, welcome to my channel with this bad tail angle. Y'all are gonna get ready with me for my date. It's not even like really a date. I'm just going out to a movie with a friend, and yeah, y'all gonna see me. I know this angle is bad. Y'all see all my chins. I was gonna set it up for y'all, but I don't even know where to put y'all because I was gonna put y'all on my mirror because it's like that little thing up there. But my charger don't fit on there, and I need my phone charged because I'm not trying to get kidnapped. Let me see what I can do. Let me see what I can do. I feel weird because it's like y'all can see me, but y'all can't really see me when I'm turning like that. So I'm gonna turn y'all a little bit on my light. Anyways, I haven't been out with a guy since my ex-boyfriend, and that was like last year, at the beginning of last year. So for a while, it's just been me and my friends, which I've enjoyed. Like, yeah, I think it's been like a year since my ex-boyfriend. That's crazy. Feels like just yesterday. So yeah, it's been about a year since I've been out with a guy, just me and him. And I'm kind of excited, even if like nothing comes of this, which I'm not expecting anything to come of it, because it is what it is. I'm just having fun. But I'm not expecting anything. You can see my mouth in the thing. It don't matter. I'm making things like a bigger deal than it is. But yeah, I'm not expecting. Lord. I don't know why I dropped that. Hold on. Back to the conversation, okay? I'm not expecting anything to come out of this little shindig with this dude, because I don't know. He's cool, but it's no expectations. Like, it is what it is. I think we're just enjoying each other's company. For real, just hanging out. Well, that's how I see it. I see it as we just hanging out. He might see it as us dating or going on a date, or he might just see it as we just chilling. Like, we friends, we chilling. So, I don't know. It is what it is. But, yeah, earlier, I'm going to tell y'all though, earlier, we were texting about something. It started by me saying, like, I'd be giving until it's nothing to give at all or something like that. He was like, well, is that how you love? And that was a good question. Like, I was like, is that how I love? Like, what? And then all right, let me turn this down. This is my sister's music. Hold on. Yeah, he asked, like, is that how I love? And I was like, that's a good question. Like how do I love? Like, you never really think of that until, well, I don't know. I never thought of that, like, ever. Like, how do I love? That's such a good question. So I was like, oh, I need to talk about that on a YouTube video, because how do we love? You gotta look at that. Like, I think the last time I thought about how I love was after my breakup with my ex-boyfriend, because the way it ended, a lot of it I was blaming on myself. So I was like, well, if I had loved it, or not loved, but if I had did this, if I did that, then maybe we would have worked out. But that wasn't necessarily the case either. It was a lot of manipulation going on. And so not even like why it didn't work out, but why I chose the actions that I chose to do is because he gave me a lot of false hope. He manipulated me in a lot of ways. And then like kind of threw it in my face, like, oh, you do this, oh, you do that, oh, you're chasing me. He said that to me one day, and I was like, that's what made me like really sit back and be like, no, I never wanted to chase a nigga in my life. And a lot of, like, after we broke up, a lot of thoughts were like, well, why did I do that? Like, why did I act that way? Like, I never acted like that with a dude for real ever before. Like, I'm the chase, like, I'm the chased. I'm the game. Like, they chase me, they're the hunters, you know? But I in a lot of ways, I was chasing him in that relationship in a lot of ways. And I was like, well, why was I doing that? And I had to look. I was like, well, he kind of like did manipulate you heavy. He did make you think a lot of things, and that's why you did the actions that you did. And I mean, yeah, it wasn't right, but don't let that man just fool you into thinking, oh, you just the problem. Like, no, you're not just the problem. Because that's one thing. One thing about heaven is I'm going to try to figure out what's wrong with me. One thing about me, as an adult, I'll be like, what's What's wrong with me? What did I do? What could I have done? Like, and that's a good trait, but it's also a very toxic trait when you're dealing with very toxic people, because when they be like, you did this, I'd be like, I did do that. Why did I do that? Da, da, da. And it's like, come on now. You're not always only the problem. Like, come on. They be the problem too, and they just want to manipulate you and make you think that it's just you. Like, no. But yeah, anyways, going back to how I love, when he asked me that, I like thought about it, and I don't know if this is really how I love, but I think this is how I want to love. Like I said, I love consistently. Like the love I show is through consistency. Like if I'm consistently wanting to be around you, if I'm consistently talking to you, then to me, it's not that I love you, because I don't want you to think, oh, she texted me back, she loved me. But it's that I care about you. Like I'm showing some type of emotion, because I know this stuff is right behind y'all, but because I'm showing some type of something or interest, because I'm consistent. And if I'm not consistent with you, if I really don't care, I'm not gonna text you back. I'm not gonna do anything. If I am texting you back, it's something out of it that I'm looking for. And yeah, and it's not, again, I don't want people to be like, or anybody that might see this in the future be like, oh, she loves me, she's texting me back consistently, because no. No, but it is showing that I have some type of interest and that I am willing to build whatever I feel like might be there. So I'm trying to see if this is a wet brush or if I use this for a shadow. I think I use it for shadow, but I'm gonna make it a wet brush today. But yeah, like if I'm consistent with you, I might like you. Like I just might like you. I might really be messing with you for real. Because one thing about me is I'm gonna ghost somebody too. Like if you aren't giving what it needs to give, because I told y'all I'm the game, like as in I'm the game as in like hunting, like I'm the deer, you're gonna hunt me. Like I like to be chased, because I'm like a traditional woman, I feel, in a lot of ways. And in a lot of ways, I'm also very, like, in today's time, like, you're not gonna run game on me. Like how the traditional women back in the day, like our grandmothers' ages used to, like, not even our grandmothers, but like, because some people's grandmas aren't 80, 90 years old, but like 80, 90-year-olds, they used to stay in like a cheating relationship because they were down for their man like that. I ain't that traditional, okay? Like I'm in today's time with that, but I'm traditional in the fact that I like a man to want me first. Like I want a man that desires me to come after me, like to, like, you say you like me, yeah, well show me, come chase me, like, you know, come get me. If you like me, show me why I should like you. Show me why you would benefit me in my life, you know? And then after that, after you show me, like after you put actions to your words, I'm all yours, baby. I'm all yours. Well, not really all yours. Because that was the problem at first, with my first relationship. My first and last relationship with my ex. A lot of stuff he would tell me, you know, no, it's not even just, this was the problem with my last relationship. He would tell me stuff that I wanted to hear, and I just like hopped onto it. I'd be like, oh, okay, you say that? Perfect. Like, you're my husband. Like, automatically, like, boom. You're saying all the right things. And that's what made me be like, all right, well, now let me put action behind what you're saying. Like, you're saying, you want to marry me? I gotta text this man. But yeah, like in my last relationship, I feel like a lot of things he would say, I just hopped on and be like, all right, you say you want to marry me, so let me start acting like a wife. Or you say, yes, you want to buy a house, and da-da-da, so let me start sending you some land. And then but I'm not gonna lie, he did trick me with the whole house thing, because he was like, there's this house I like, da-da-da, I want to show you this, I want to, like, you know, like, some of that stuff was like, okay, you really didn't have to do that if you really want serious, like, it's okay. You were doing some extra steps that made me really like hook onto you. Like, why'd you do that? But he's just a manipulator, because come on now, you didn't have to do all of that for real. That's sometimes I'll be thinking like, why did you choose to mess with me for real? Like, why was it my heart that you wanted to break? You thought I was a genuine female. Like, why did you really want to break my heart? Why'd you do that? Why, instead of telling me, you know, like, come on, you could have just said, girl, but how do I love? I don't know. It's hard for me to say how I love in a relationship wise, because I feel like the love that I used to show before was very toxic. It was very like, I'm all in for you. Like, I'm giving you everything. And then that's not good, because you don't want to give a man everything when you don't even have his last name. Like, come on now. You do not want to do that. And everybody on this channel knows I'm a Christian woman. Like, I believe in God, right? So, one, I don't think that's godly for me to do. And two, it's not good mentally, because I didn't get that man. When I tell you, I didn't necessarily give him everything in that moment as far as like physically, but emotionally, I put my all into that relationship. And so when he just left out of nowhere, it was like, what? Like, my world was shaking. I was like, and even though it was like maybe a shorter period, like we weren't dating for like 5 years or whatnot, but it's like, I didn't put all my emotional feelings into this and everything, and you just up and left me and blamed me at that. So now I'm looking like my world is gone. Like, everything that I thought I knew about my future or what my future might have just left. And yeah, so that's why I say never again will I do that. That's toxic. I feel like the only time you need to give your all into a relationship is, and this is me talking immaturely, so like maybe when I do meet the love of my life and my husband, I definitely should have a different worldview of this. But as a female, as a Christian woman who I am today, I don't think I should be giving my all to any man. I don't think I should, not until he is my husband. Because it's like, why am I giving my all to you just off the strength that you tell me some things? Like, no, that don't seem fitting. That don't seem right. Because people say a lot of stuff. Niggas say a lot of stuff. Y'all just be talking for real. Like, if we're going to be honest, dudes just be talking. And y'all say some cash money type stuff. Sometimes it be making sense. A lot of times it don't. So it's like, why should I give you everything because of some words? Like, no, I'm not giving you my all. The only all that I should be giving is to Jesus right now in my life. Like, that's the only man I owe anything to. The rest of y'all gonna get a little piece of me. Y'all gonna think you might, like, some of these dudes might think they know me because of what I tell them. But they don't know everything. I'm no longer telling my story like that. Because when my ex-boyfriend, I told him everything. Like, everything. Like, no, you don't deserve all of that no more. You don't deserve all of me. You don't deserve my childhood trauma. You don't deserve the most vulnerable parts of me. You don't deserve my vagina. Like, you don't. And I'm so glad. Like, when I say I'm so glad I didn't lose my virginity, I'm so glad I didn't lose my virginity to him. Like, because if I had stayed a little bit longer and still thought he was my husband, he was going to be my husband, I definitely would have gave it up. Definitely. But something told me, and I'm not just going to say something, God told me in that relationship towards the ending, like before he broke my heart like he did, he told me to stop doing everything. Like, stop kissing him even. Like, don't kiss him. Don't let him touch you. Don't touch him. Like, nothing. Like, and it was like such a strong urge. And the first one he told me, I like didn't listen to it, and I still did whatever I wanted to do. And I felt like really guilty. And then the next time me and him linked or whatever, I was like, I don't think we need to do anything. Like, I don't want to do anything. And I mean, what can you do? Especially to like, what can you do? If you say anything, I mean, clearly he could push it or whatever, but he couldn't do nothing. Like, he was just like, okay, like, you sure? I'd be like, yeah, I don't want to do anything. And then, like, that just gave us time to talk. And, like, after that moment, I realized, wow, I'm telling this man everything, but I don't think I know too much about him. Like, after we stopped spending a lot of our time just kissing, just making out, just doing whatever we did, I realized I don't really know this man. And then that's when I started being like, maybe he should open up to me. Because he used to be like, Heaven, I want to know everything about you. I want you to open up. I want to be your safe place. Like, I want this from you. And then I was like, okay, I didn't try to do that. And he knew that was hard for me. Like, he knew that was hard for me. Because I expressed that to him. I said, I don't really, like, I hide a lot behind jokes in relationships. And just not even just regular relationships, but in all my relationships. Like, I hide a lot behind jokes. He kept saying, I want you to open up. I want this. I want you to be that safe space for you. And I was starting to let that happen. And then God was like, don't let him touch you no more. Don't touch him. Don't even kiss him. Like, see what is in this relationship that you are holding on to. And what I realized was it was just words, because I was calling this man my future husband and all of that. But I realized I didn't know too much about you. Like, I knew you had a few daddy issues, but you didn't really even open up to me about that. I knew this. And not saying that, like, you gotta tell me. Well, no. Yeah. If I'm calling you my husband, you calling me, like, your future wife, all this other stuff. You buying books or finding books and showing them to me saying, like, oh, let's read these books about, like, how to love your future wife, how to da-da-da. But you can't tell me some of your deepest stuff. Then no. What is this relationship sustaining of? Like, what is it? And it's like, as soon as I listened to God and stopped, this man showed who he was. He really did. Having all these girlfriends. And then even the girl, and then even this is even what's funny. It's not even like when the relationship was over from him, he just ghosted me. Like, he didn't even tell me that we were over or anything. He just ghosted me. Like, he just said, all right, stop talking to me one day. And I was like, what? Like, all I did, at first I was like, you stopped talking to me because we had a little argument. And the argument was about me telling him I wanted him to open up, like, funny enough. And he was like, I don't talk like you do. Basically, like, oh, maybe I just talk too much. And I was like, well, I want you to be able to talk to me. Like, you tell me you want me to open up, da-da-da. I want you to be able to do that too. I was like, well, I just don't talk like you do. And I was like, okay, well, I don't accept that. Like, at that point, I was like, I don't accept that. Like, you can't just tell me, oh, I just don't talk how you do. Like, I'm not going to be in a relationship or a supposed marriage in the future with a man that can't talk to me, can't open up to me. Like, you know? And, yeah. And so after that, he just ghosted me. And I went crazy. Not crazy, but I went out of myself looking for this man. Like, when I tell you looking online, like, about wherever we lived or wherever he lived, deaths. Like, I was like, did he die? Is he in jail? Like, what's going on? Like he just thought, like, from a man who we used to FaceTime every night before we went to bed. He used to meet up every day after I got off of work. And all this other stuff. And you just gonna disappear? Like, what? So I went looking for him, like, physically, and I went looking for him. And I was crying, up all night crying, like, looking for him. Around this time, me and my ex-best friend at the time, kind of friend now, we, and I say kind of friend now because we aren't exactly where we were. Not yet, anyways. And I'm taking it slow with her, too. But, we had just started talking again. And she was like, all right, I'll go find him with you. And she was my road dog. She sat in the car with me when I wrote him a letter. And in that letter, I said, whatever you're going through, I'll wait for you. Like, the stupid girl I was. Told this man I was going to wait for him. Like, what? So I told him that. I even put, like, a little kissy mark on there with some lip gloss. And it looked like a big oil stain. But, yeah, I gave it to him. And I wasn't supposed to give it to him, and me and him sat in the car and we talked, and we didn't really talk about a whole bunch of stuff. And that's when he, like, just started blaming me for everything wrong with him, everything wrong in the relationship, and telling me he needed a break, and that he feels like I rushed him into this relationship. And I was like, okay, I could see that, okay, just saying anything, like, not even really realize. At first, I did not rush you into no relationship. I'm gonna tell you this. Just one little fact about our relationship. In the beginning, I thought he was cheating, right? Because I saw something on his phone. Well, not even I thought. I knew he was cheating. So I wrote in my notes everything I saw. And I left the situation where it was. When we got back together and met, not even got back together. When we met up maybe a couple of days later and the next day, and I gathered my thoughts, I told him, I was like, I don't usually go through phones. But when I saw what was on your phone, I got like this little inkling, like, let me just look. I didn't even tell him exactly what I saw. I said, I saw some things I didn't like. And I'm going to tell you this right now. We don't have to date. We don't have to be friends. We could just be strangers. But I'm going to give you this trick. But what I'm not going to do is deal with cheating. Like, I don't want to deal with any of that. Like, I'm going to tell you this right now. You can either be in this relationship. We can either be in this relationship. We be friends. Or we just don't have to talk anymore at all. Like, I was cool without you. Like, so what is it going to be? And he was crying. Like, when I tell you he was crying, he was boohoo crying. I don't want to be in a relationship with you. Like, I love you. All this other stuff. And anyway, so fast forward, when he ghosted me, telling me I rushed him into that relationship, I didn't even remember that part. I was just like, yeah, I did rush you into this relationship. I did do that. Okay, I'm going to wait for you. All this other stuff. Boohoo crying. Stop talking to him. Then the next day, he gonna text me like I'm his friend. I'm like, hey, da-da-da, what you doing, da-da-da, all this other stuff. I was being kind of dry because I was like, okay, now that we're friends, we're not in a relationship, because that's when we said, okay, we're going to break up, but we can be friends until you're ready for a relationship. My dumb self. And he was that type of dude that always told me, like, you're too good for me. He didn't like when I started working at the Sheets, because it was like, I know niggas be in there looking at you, da-da-da. Which they were, because yes, I am too good for you, and I'm a fine, bad bitch, okay? But anyways, yeah, he sent me like this little song called Good Woman by Neo. And I sent him another song by Tori Kelly. I forget what it was called, but it's basically like, I'm gonna wait for you. I kept telling that stupid man I was gonna wait for him. I hope he sees me getting ready for this date right now. But anyways, I kept telling him that, and it was like, I was so dumb, like so dumb back then. Because why? So yeah, all of that goes to say, I don't know how I love. I don't, because the type of love I gave when I was younger, which was like a year ago, was very toxic. And the only type of healthy love I've given in my entire life has been now to my family. I feel like this is the healthiest my love has been. It's to my family. So, yeah. But I can say the type of love that I like, because I am a woman of God. I read the Bible. I try my best to read it consistently. Sometimes I'm not as consistent as I would like. But the type of love that I aim for is a consistent type of love. Like, this is the wrong color for under my eyes. Y'all can tell, huh? I thought it was going to be C13, but it was C16. All right. Hopefully this is really white so it cancels out that. But anyways, yeah, the type of love I love now, I keep saying consistent because consistency for me is key. Like, if you tell me something cool, but now I can't move off of anything, or I can't believe anything that you don't actually show me. Like, if you're not showing me this and you're not consistently showing me this, then I don't believe you. Because if you really mess with me the way that you say you do and the way you claim you do, you're going to be consistent with it. If you really love me, like, even though I'm not in that stage with anybody, but if you really love me, you're gonna be consistent with it. Like, I'm not gonna have to chase you. I'm not gonna have to wonder this. I'm not gonna have to do anything, because you're gonna be consistent with whatever you say. So I'm gonna be at peace with that. And I say reading the Bible because it's like, reading the Bible, all I'm showing is examples of God's love. Like, in every situation, God has been the same God he was for everybody. He's always shown up for everybody in the Bible. For me today, like, so that's why I always say consistency, because I serve a consistent God. I'm shown a consistent love on a day-to-day by my parents, by my siblings, by my goddaughter, my best friend. Like, I'm shown this type of love, and because I'm shown it and I receive it, and I see if they're consistent with me and they like tell me what they say and they mean what they say and they show me that they mean about what they say, I'm just even more like, not infatuated, but I'm just even more in love with them. And yeah, like, so that's the type of love I try to show now, is consistent love. Also, like, we want to talk love language. I'm a gift giver. I'm somebody where I like to know that people think about me. So when I think about somebody else, I get them stuff. So I'm like, oh, I see this. This reminds me of my sister Trin. Let me get this for Trin. I don't even care if I don't got the money for it. This is where it gets toxic for myself. Even if I don't have the money for it, I would find the money for it, because I'm like, Trin needs this. Like, Trin needs to see that I was thinking about her today. And I say Trin, that's my sister Trinity. But it's like, that's where it gets toxic. But in general, that's why I say I wish I was rich, because then I could just be doing everything I wanted. But yeah, I'm a gift giver when it comes to love languages. I'm also, I don't want to say I'm a receiver, because I like to get gifts, but I don't know how to show that I like getting gifts. Like, whenever I get them, I'll be like, thank you. Like, a little awkward, but I like it. Like, actually, I like getting gifts. Back to the conversation that we're having. Yeah, I'm a gift giver. I like to receive gifts, but I'm very awkward with receiving gifts, because I don't want them to think like I want to say I'm grateful. Like, I am grateful, but I'm awkward because I'm like, you didn't have to get it for me. Like, I'm somebody, like, anytime somebody gives me something, I'm like, you didn't have to do that. You didn't. And they'd be like, I know I didn't have to. I wanted to. And I'd be like, well, thanks. Like, but you didn't have to. Like, you don't owe me anything. I'm like that type of person. So it's hard for me to receive it, but I do like getting gifts. I don't know how to explain it. And then what's another love language? Touch is definitely not one of them. But if I love you and I know that you require touch, I'm going to touch you. Like every now and then, like I'll do it for you. But every now and then, my little sister, she's a touch person. I'll just go over there and touch her, like just her shoulder or something. I'll be like, okay, I love you, but like not too much right now because I don't really like touch. But because you like touch, I'll touch you. But I don't really want to be touched. And I think I don't want to be touched because personal space. But one, I don't know how to accept it. Like when people be trying to give hugs and stuff, I'd be like, okay, this is awkward. I'm just awkward with love. Like it's awkward when we showing love. That's why I'm just buying gifts, because I'm like, it's easy for me to be like, I was thinking about you. I love you. Here's a gift. Like the gift speaks for me, you know? So I don't have to really say it. That's kind of deep. That like unveiled more to why I choose gifts over everything. Because I didn't really know why I chose gifts. I just know why I choose gifts. Like it's not as much pressure, you know? And even if they don't accept the love, like they'll still accept the gift. So in a way, they're accepting my love. Whew, that's deep. That was a lot. Don't y'all think? I was like, we're getting personal here. Wow. Not my thing cutting off. Maybe I tapped it. I didn't tap it. It's just actually just came off. Where's my concealer? My darkening. My contour. My contour stick. My contour. Concierge. You better not touch me, because I'm not setting my face for real. And if some of my makeup comes off, then it comes off. Right. So after I do my lashes and everything, I'm gonna get back on here and show y'all what I look like. Because I need to text him and tell him what I think. Because if I stop texting him for a long time now, he's gonna think that I canceled on him. And I don't cancel. Excuse me, that was gross. And I'm not canceling on him because I just want to go out. Like everybody's telling me just to go out, so I'm just gonna go out. And with no expectations, I'm just not going. Alright, bye y'all. I'll talk to y'all when my face is done and I have my clothes on maybe. I didn't even do any highlighter. I don't really do highlighter like that no more. I didn't do any highlighter. I just did blush, the inner corners, and just like a little soft, dewy look. Like, and like I said, he better not try to hug me because it's gonna rub off. I promise it is. I love these lashes. I just feel so cute. Like, even if he stand me up, I don't really care. I'm still gonna go out by myself because I look freaking cute. Like, so freaking cute. All right. But yeah, I'll talk to y'all maybe later after the date. I might give y'all like a little recap, like how it was. Maybe if I remember. Hopefully I remember. Hey y'all, I know I look a little dry, but we back in the same spot because I'm done with my date. I told y'all I was gonna come and update y'all. I don't know if I finished showing y'all the base. The outfit was very simple. I wore my sister's Doc Martens, some black jeans, and a black Purple Rain shirt. I'm sorry, my phone was acting. It was bugging. But yeah, I was fine with him. Oops. Alright, but yeah, I was fine with him like putting his hand on my leg because like it was cool, you know, whatever. Then like things started to progress, and he was trying to touch like on me, like he got his hand up my leg. I was like, no. Then I don't know. Then he started holding my hand. Like it was just too much touch for me. Like it was kind of like, okay. So I just was like, touch is not my love language. I kept saying that. I was like, touch is not my love language. Like, can you pick up on that? Touch is not my love language, you know? But he was doing whatever he wanted to try to do. And I kept being like, Then, y'all, he tried to kiss me twice. And I was just like, And then one time when he went in to go kiss me, I smiled. And his tongue was on my tube. And I remember that. I was like, I just felt like that was so awkward. Because I was like, I don't know. He just wasn't picking up on my cues. Like, I feel like I was, even though I didn't say like, no, I don't want to kiss, it was just like, you could see if I'm not like, you know, like ready, like, instead of I'm like, then no. like, you know, sometimes it's just social cues, but he wasn't picking up on that. So yeah, it just wasn't a date that I would go on again necessarily. Cool dude. I feel like we couldn't be friends because he clearly is trying to do more than be friends. Trying to do more than friends do. So we couldn't be friends. But if he wasn't trying to do other stuff, we could just be friends. Like, he's a cool person. He's chill, whatever. Just not for me. So yeah, it wasn't like it was like a terrible day. I'm again glad I had the experience. Glad I didn't have to waste my money. The only thing I had to waste was my gas because I met him there. I'm not the type where you can come to my house. And on top of that, he already knows where I work. So it's like, now you're gonna know too much. Like, you're gonna know too much. Like, you know where I work and where I live. It's already enough. Like, it's already enough that you know where I work. You can't know where I live. So I know people are like a movie on your first date. Like, you can't even get to know each other. Like, now I'm like cutting off. It's time for me to stop. Let me cut it back on real quick. But I know a lot of people are like a movie on your first date, like whatever. But it was absolutely last minute. That's why I said it wasn't really a date because we were just texting, and I know he'd been saying I want to see you. So I was off today. I was like, what are you doing today? And that's how we came up with these plans. So it wasn't like, oh, I'm planning a date for you. It was just inconvenience. Like, all right, what's something that we could do today so we can hang out and chill, whatever. And that was that. So hopefully my mom doesn't watch my videos though, because I want her to know about my dating life. Like, I mean, I do. I tell her what she needs to know. All right, I'm going to bed for real. This is too much. And I'm out. But y'all, good night.